Welcome to Mykonos, Greece. So this is a little bit early time, no pier running here. Now the reason for that is, even though we have prime positioning over the pier entrance, is that NCL provided tour buses right there, coming in right there, to take people from the city, which is way down there. I don't have a good view of it here, but basically right below those white buildings you see at the bottom. Let me see if we can get it. You see that car right there. So it runs along the coast, about 15 minutes down the coast, and that's where the excursion bus, the tour bus, takes you to. Charter bus, sorry, this is a little charter bus that did. So they're running 3 of those. So very, very, very unlikely that anybody would actually miss that. And if you did, you're gonna be so far away from the pier, it doesn't really make a difference. So just giving you a live shot of Mykonos. Let me tell you, great town. Had a wonderful time here. It is early. NCL Pearl is in at 7 a.m. today, and then we are out again at 3. So the boarding time is 2:30 p.m., which is about an hour and a half from here. Right now I know it's early back home. Well, good morning. Sorry, YouTubers, this is still going to be a delayed video for you because we are still on our 24-hour delay from YouTube, down to 39 minutes until we can officially stream live on YouTube. But that is what it is. So starting tomorrow on our sea day, and then when we are in Split, Croatia, we will be able to do a live on both channels at the same time, and so that'll be available from there. So Mykonos, great little town. You know, we went in, no excursion here. We went in on the bus to the town. We walked around, we did some shopping, found some really great stuff, some really, you know, Greek-inspired items, and that was really nice. And then we stopped at a fabulous little seaside restaurant called Baboulas. And Baboulas, highly rated on TripAdvisor. We're gonna have a full review and talk more in depth about that in another video. But Sikas was our server there, really gave us the lowdown on the restaurant, the owner, who was a retired fisherman, and it was a great time. We had some fabulous mussels, a bottle of wine sitting right on the ocean. But we're gonna put that together and give you that in a future video. What you see there are just a lot of locals and other people are queuing up there. That's very European, I know, but they're lining up for the ferry. So the ferry right now is loading right beside us. I don't know, right beside us, you really can't, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's a vehicle ferry. I don't know where they're going, but honestly, I saw them doing it this morning. People going to their jobs on other islands or whatnot. You know, they take that ferry every day, back and forth. You know, also if you're a traveler and you're hopping island to island, you can certainly do that. But that's an interesting lifestyle difference that we see here. We don't always see in other places. We saw it in Alaska, but you know, a very boat or marine type mentality here in Mykonos. People were excellent. People have been nice really in all the Greek Isles we've been to. Santorini was a bit of an outlier. We're gonna have a little discussion about that during a final review of the NCL Greek Island tour. But even there, I would say, of course, we met those great people at the mini mart, at that little mini market, and we'll talk about that in depth. They were fabulous. So there really are some great people here in the Greek Isles, and we met some wonderful people in Croatia as well. So nobody really that we could say that we didn't enjoy meeting when they were, you know, just normal people, so to speak. Not necessarily like some of the shop owners that are on the more touristy stops and whatnot. They can get a little frazzled. They can be a little bit less than personable, just probably due to the amount of people they see on a daily basis. But the people that we've met in just the owner, family-owned places have been fabulous. And weirdly, and I know as Americans, we'll talk about this in maybe some future travel videos, I think Americans, I know I do, I tend to have a very strict view of how Americans act overseas, and typically my views are not that we do a very good job. We certainly see a lot of videos, and maybe we're only seeing the worst of the videos. Obviously our news tends to do that, of Americans doing bad things in foreign countries, like writing our names on the Roman Colosseum, or, you know, splashing our feet or filling our water bottle out of some ancient aqueduct or fountain. We do crazy stuff. But the weird thing is, and the hostess at Baboulas shared this opinion, they love Americans. They love Americans. We are at the top of the nationalities. Now, surely, yes, there are servers and whatnot who say this simply for tips. But if you talk to people, if you just have a conversation with people and you get to know them a little bit better than that initial greeting, you get some of their real views. And Americans are at the top of the list. And it's I think it's a little weird because I do not have a high regard for how some of our countrymen act when they're in other countries, and they could do a lot better. But that just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in other countries and you're respectful, and yeah, sure, it's always the minority that we see on the videos, the minority who's making the virals on YouTube and whatnot. But the majority of us are out there representing ourselves respectfully in the rest of the world, and it's recognized. And I think that's an important takeaway. If you've not traveled abroad and you've watched the news and maybe you fear that, oh my gosh, I'm American, I'm going to go abroad and I'm going to be picked on, or I'm not going to be liked, or people are going to be disrespectful to me. There are certain countries where that is true. There are definitely some countries where Americans are not appreciated. But I will say, as far as Europe is concerned, which right now is going to be the length of my experience, Americans are resoundingly appreciated. And it sometimes comes off to us as a little bit surprising. It suddenly surprised the lady we were talking to at Baboulas, although I don't think she obviously understood everything I was trying to say, and how sometimes we are as Americans, we are a little self-centered. But if you get an opportunity, Greece, Croatia, we didn't get to spend a lot of time in Italy, but maybe a little bit of time on the way back. These are places I would highly recommend. And Mykonos is going to be towards the top of the list. Dubrovnik was extra special. Kedar, extra special. But this was a highlight. Well, good morning, America, from Mykonos. Have a great day, and we will see you again tomorrow during a sea day. It might be delayed. We'll see how close we sail to the islands, whether or not I can pick up a signal. Again, I'm operating completely on an eSIM from Firsty, which I will do a video on how to make that happen and how to really be able to travel inexpensively through various countries without having to worry about your connectivity and without having to worry about and pay the excessive fees either through your carrier or on ship fees for their internet, which are very expensive. But Firsty has been super solid. And when we're very close, or when we're close to islands in general, just when you can see land out, I've been hitting 5G the whole way. So if we hit 5G, we'll go live. If not, we'll see you on the video, and we'll see you in Split, Croatia in 2 days. Have a great day.